with the Invis Rune. Just seeing where he's going to head towards. So can he go for a kill here on the mid lane? There's a TP coming in from Black on the Shadow Fiend. At the same time, though, Treant is also in the mid lane. The Zeus is not alone. Maybe with the Tombstone. He's got the Tombstone back available, Undying. Let's have a look. Is it? Yeah, he's got the Tombstone. Creep Wave starting to push in, but in fact, yeah, he's going to back out for the time being. Doesn't feel he can get the kill top lane. Witch Doctor might get found out here. Ooh. Shadow Demon not walking quite far enough to get the vision of the Witch Doctor hiding in the trees.
I think just being in the area is good enough. Like, Quakefa, I don't know if they can burst him unless they have Echo. Maybe they can. It's kind of hard to say. He's just going to keep assassinating Bambo. It's so annoying. Like, Bambo doesn't even have enough health to commit anymore. He has to go back to base. So now Yul's going to reveal himself because he wants to soak the XP, and that means that the gank's not going to work. So, Quakefa making sure that he keeps himself safe. Sometimes that's all you got to do, man. Just peep them, and they can't actually do anything to you anymore.
Indeed, 7-3 at the moment for the side of Team Tinker. What is the plan? I mean, with the Undying, do they need to keep putting on the pressure, or the fact that they've got this sniper core, they're going to be fine if it goes late?
I mean, I think people have this really... Oh, wait, might have to hold that thought. Okay, no slow. We're good. Everyone's just going to walk it off, but I feel there's a really big misconception with how Undying actually works. All right, here we go. No? Okay. Both teams seeming like they want to fight, but just not going to, so I don't know if I can go off on my tangent about Undying.
Go for it, Draskell.
Okay, so Undying during the late game, what makes him scale is his ulti. So you have almost a 30% damage amplification to everyone that you're standing near, and you're constantly taking away health from everyone. I would argue that Undying actually does do extremely well in the late game. You just need a team built for it, which I think the Team Tinkers are, as Black is getting caught here.
Yeah, getting caught by a Fisher, the Lightning Bolt, and with the Enchant Totem, it's going to be enough. Yeah, bursting him down, and that's a big kill. Bottom lane as well. We see Mr. 2, the Undying, getting trapped out and caught out. Two quick kills there for the side of Four Clovers, and two nice kills as well. Both the Undying and the Shadow Fiend been having a pretty good game so far.
Yeah, I think the Four Clovers aren't in that dire situation where they have to kind of end the game in the second of the series, but it's still a little bit concerning that the sniper hasn't really been addressed. Like, he's died once, but he still has 2 kills, and he's still farming very well. So Palai potentially getting caught out here.
Yeah, with the Jucarinos through the trees, he'll be able to get out as the slow doesn't catch him from the troll. Leech Seed just does get thrown down onto the Lina, but Palai might look for the... he's got the Laguna Blade at least as well, so if they can get anything onto one of these heroes, the decay's coming down to both the Witch Doctor and the Troll.
He was actually 5 mana short of ulting. He would have killed the Witch Doctor there, but he didn't have the mana, so he had gotten it from his Sage's Mask just after it would have been enough for a kill.
Okay, and Shadow Demon again trying to find that disruption to kick the fight off. It isn't going to be the case. Top lane, Sniper continues to farm. What kind of items have we seen him pick up? The Mask of Madness, the Bassi, and the Treads. Earthshake as well, still in this off lane, trying to find as much as he can for himself. Ping's coming out on the bottom lane. Shadow Demon again, moving in, trying to look for that setup disruption. But every time, the Radiant just being very careful with their positioning.
I wonder if they just want to dive this. It is a bit risky, but I think with Undying, you kind of want to just do some YOLO plays. I'm really confused, though, as to why he's going for Midas in the situation. Like, maybe he just wants to make sure that his scaling is better, and I get that. Like, getting levels on Undying is great, because you want max Decay, you want max Soul Rip and Tombstone, and of course, Flesh Golem is also very... Like, it's the standard build usually is like, uh-oh. Dang, disruption.
Disruption onto the Troll, but straight away in return, the Leech Seed coming out onto the Shadow Demon. Quakefa, he's made his way down to the bottom lane now, and looks like they're going to try and commit for a push here.
Yeah, I mean, you want to fight with your Undying having max level Tombstone. Not having any points into ulti seems a bit strange as well. Like 1-2-4-1 is like pretty standard, because level 1 Soul Rip is, it's okay. It's better than it used to be, actually. The scaling is, I think, about the same, but the first level is a lot better. So it's more common to just have like maybe even 1 point.
Mid lane, there's going to be the wraparound here. Fisher catching out Black, the cast coming in as well with the Maledict, and the burst damage is enough, indeed, again, to take down Black. So we see the side of Four Clovers really prioritizing to pick off the Shadow Fiend at this point of the game, 13 minutes in, and they managed to kill him twice, pretty much in quick succession.
Yeah, that's really bad news for him. He's going for the mech build too, whereas I think it might have been better for him to just go for like the old school BKB blink, because he needs to be able to get into the fight, and there's no method really of stopping him from ulting outside of Gobbleaxe Overgrowth if he has BKB. So if you get a good Requiem off in a team fight and you drop an Undying Tombstone, that fight is like 4 Clovers have to run, basically, because you're not going to be able to kill the Tombstone because you have damage reduction. And even if you pop Troll ulti, you're not guaranteed to be able to like win that engagement. So going for the mech, it's small pieces, so you can kind of save the money and you can buy it in increments, which is great because he keeps dying. But if you don't get a BKB, that is going to keep happening to you.
Okay, I mean, if we have a look at the graphs actually at the moment, 14 minutes, and what kind of differences we're seeing, not a lot at all. It is indeed reflecting what we're seeing on the scoreboard, and well, XP, we're bang on 0, so very, very even. I mean, in terms of momentum and what the teams may have been looking for when they went into this game, do you feel it is generally even at the moment, or is someone in a better place?
I think 4 Clovers actually have the advantage because Zeus has Bloodstone at 14 minutes. Like, Hani's farm is crazy. And the thing about getting Bloodstone early on him is if he decides to go for early refresher, he'll probably have it at like 25, 24 minutes. And then you have 3 heroes on your team who are going to explode to double ulti. So Lina is 1, she has 600 health. Shadow Demon has 606, and then your Sniper only has 800, as he has yet to buy another item. And having a mech is okay to offset the damage that Zeus does, but if you're getting double ulted just randomly during the game,
mid lane, again, another big kill there onto Black. I mean, how do Team Tinker react to this? How can they make it a lot safer for the SF?
They're not prioritizing him at all. They're leaving him alone. Like, they're just saying, we're not going to help you. And I don't really know why, but they're always out of position whenever Black is farming.
Mid lane, Undying takes a paralyzing cast. Death Ward's committed as well. It will help them find the kill. Again, another very nice kill there for 4 Clovers. Top lane, TP's coming in. They do get the slow onto Quaker, but the disruption will hold back the Troll Warlord. Still, though, I mean, 4 Clovers, you said they look to be in a better position, and off the back of these 2 quick kills, it certainly does seem to be that at the moment, they are just, they're dominating the map in the fights.
Yeah. The Zeus is a great pick for them as well, because every engagement, they have 3 points in a Maledict on Yol, so if he gets one off and he uses Zeus ulti, and he like throws an urn, for example, which he just purchased, it's almost a dead hero. If it's anyone, I guess, besides maybe Black or Quakefa, who might have enough health to live through it, but because of that, and how little they have to commit for kills, it's just so hard for Team Tinker to fight. Like, Black needs BKB. There's no way he can take an engagement without it. He will just take too much damage, there's too many disables, he'll just explode. Now, you can wait until the ultra late game for your Sniper to come online, but if you buy a mech and you're not trying to make anything happen with it, then why did you buy a mech? You know, that's kind of the reason why I don't know if that was the item here, because how are they supposed to fight if they're constantly getting picked? Like, they're never going to get together as 5 and push into a tier 1. The only thing they've gotten off the map so far is the safe lane tower, which is okay, but can they get anything else?
And let's have a look at the Earthshaker. How's he doing on his road to the Blink Dagger? He's very close as well to the phase boots, coming up to 2k gold on himself. So, I mean, 16.5 minutes in for the offlane Earthshaker. It's not the best of timings, but it's certainly going to still offer a lot at this point in the game. And indeed, goodbye Shadow Demon. I mean, it really is looking like that every kind of pick off and fight. 4 Clovers, they're doing it with ease.
It's just because they can burst so heavily. Their Zeus is ahead. They have level 7 Witch Doctor now, so he's got some urn charges to his name, and max level of Maledict. No one on the side of Team Tinker is even close to BKB. That's the biggest thing about their team composition, and the problem that they have is that they don't have anybody who buys one really quickly. Everyone plays it a bit greedier. You know, you got your mech on your Shadow Fiend, your Mask of Madness, and your Yasha on Quakefa because they want to farm more efficiently. But against what 4 Clovers are running, you just die. Like, you can't not have magic immunity. You need, like, even having a mech is not enough.
Doesn't seem to be indeed. Bottom lane, 3 heroes on the side of the Dire. Starting to push this one back out. We've got the Undying, we've got the Lina and the Shadow Demon. Lina and Shadow Demon at the moment smoked up, seeing what they can find. There is a tree on the other side of the trees, and the smoke will get dispelled. Nature's Guy straight away there by Go Black on the tree, and he will waltz around. They don't have, well, they've got the Dusts and the Sentries here on the SD. But they're not going to be hopping down any yet. There's going to be the smoke now in reaction from the side of the Radiant. Are they going to be able to catch anyone out here? ST and Lina and Undying, they're all in the Radiant jungle. They're going to be able to catch out the Undying here if they want to go on him. Black walking forward. There's your overgrowth. Very nicely catching Paladai as well. Paladai gets the Laguna out. Not enough damage. In comes Earthshaker with the Blink Dagger straight on to Undying. Hasn't been able to bring him down. They've already lost the Witch Doctor. They're actually going to lose the Treant as well. With the help of the Zeus ult, they do find the Shadow Demon. But arguably, this is pretty much the worst fight we've seen from the side of 4 Clovers in the last 5 minutes or so. Losing 2 heroes, only finding 1. Maybe going to find more here as well, as Black chasing down Zeus, has the back of a Paladai, and of course Undying with the burst damage from the Razors. And, well, yeah, Zeus just commits suicide. But all in all, nice bit of play there for the side of Team Tinker.
Check the pit. You gotta check the pit. You gotta check the pit.
You gotta go in, boys.
Oh, they didn't. Okay, he got it.
And now you run Blink forward, Echo Slam, Fisher locking down Black on the SF. He's going to get blown up. Light Strike Array does catch the troll, but it's not going to be in time to stop them from taking down Shadow Fiend yet again. I mean, the saving grace, though, for teams... Well, okay, they've lost the Lina as well. As,
that fight was still awful for Team Tinker.
It was very awful at the end, yeah.
Like, BZZ, if he had been at the fight in the woods, probably would have wiped them, because they didn't have anybody else who could really absorb damage, and Hani decided to just retreat after getting disrupted. And here we go, more death.
Blink forward. They do throw down the tombstone in reaction to Team Tinker, but they're already fairly low. Undying has to be careful. Will Sorop himself back up. But again, every time they decide to go aggressive, 4 Clovers, they just hit them in the face.
Yeah, they're playing much better this game. They have a game plan. They understand what their lineup is meant to do and what it potentially can do. And I think in Game 1, a lot of what was throwing them off was just the vision impairment from the Night Stalker. Like, not being able to freely see everything that's going on, and just the freedom of having Zeus ulti to open up the map and just be like, oh yeah, I can see all this stuff. Their warding is not just getting immediately removed because of a gem Night Stalker. It's just a lot easier to play the game when you can see. Who would have thought?
I mean, 13 to 10. Well, what is the plan for Team Tinker? We've seen at the moment Sniper has been able to continue farming, but the fact that both the Troll and the Zeus have been involved in all these kills, it's... I don't know, they're just always going to be on top of the network.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like Koikfa and Black aren't farming well, so it's fine if they just don't give away any more terrible engagements. But I don't think that 4 Clovers are going to let up on the pressure either. Their team is great at pressuring, and we're going to see it here.
Yep, Fisher again, Blink forward the mech from Black, but he's actually coming in range for the bounces to connect. Shadow Demon getting very low with the Death Fort there to get the extra range. Very nice there for the Witch Doctor, finds the kill. Also in the jungle, we do see, well, we don't see, but we are aware that the Troll has found a kill for himself as well. 2 heroes down on Team Tinker yet again. Koikfa is going to be able to clear himself out some of the Ancients here, but there is a Radiant Water, and they do know exactly what he's up to. Maybe if they're going to go with the Earthshaker, they do have the Echo Slam back off cooldown. Koikfa, there you go, Echo Slam and Chant Tome. They've got the follow-up. Fisher, Maledict was there to make it all look pretty, but a massive pick-off there on the Sniper, who pretty much has been undisturbed, but now he's just getting blown up.
Well, that's what happens when the enemy team is just walking all over you and you don't react to it. Like, for the last, I would say, 10 minutes or so, 4 Clovers have been making all the right plays, and Koikfa's just kind of been off on his own, you know? He's just, like, farming his woods or whatever, trying to make sure he can secure the late game, which is fine, but in the engagements that he was really needed, he was never there. So now it's like 4 Clovers have a huge amount of momentum. Their Troll even has Blink Dagger now. He's opted to not buy BKB straight away. He just wants to be able to engage. BZZ wants to get in there, pop his ulti, focus fire the Sniper, or, you know, Shadow Fiend, I guess, if you really want to do that too. But I'm worried, man. Team Tinker, even if their late game is pretty strong, they are not doing anything on the map right now. Like, none of their heroes are doing anything but farming.
Indeed, it's, I don't know, 16 to 10, 22 minutes in, Draskell. If we look at the net worth for the moment, we did see earlier, it was starting to go up, and now it's going up, yeah, even more. The biggest difference we've seen so far, over 5,000 gold in terms of both gold, and XP difference between the sides. 16 to 10, 4 Clovers looking a lot better than they were in the first game. Black tried to TP out, but there's just going to be a Fisher there, and now with the Leech Seed and Zeus coming in as well, Black, he'll do his best to stay as alive as long as possible, but against these 4 heroes, you got no chance. He's getting taken down again, and just caught a little bit out of positioning by the Shadow Fiends. Koikfa's going to go back for the Ancients. They do have the Dire Sentry, so they know that the Radiant don't have vision, and he is going to be able to find them. At least it certainly looks like that for the time being, but still, a team, they just seem to be falling apart this game, Draskell.
It's still going to be tough for 4 Clovers to breach high ground. That's the one thing we have to keep in mind. As good as they're looking right now, they're finding all the picks they need, they're moving around the map a lot, they're trying to restrict the control from Team Tinker, and all of those things are great. But the game isn't over until you've broken high ground, and especially against a sniper lineup. So I still feel like Team Tinker have their work cut out for them if they want to make their way back into the game. BKBs are going to be the big turning point. Like right now, Black has 3,500 gold. He gets BKB. There's like 1 or 2 bad engagements from 4 Clover, or 4 Clovers and Leprecon, and then all of a sudden it could be just back to even. Like, we don't know how it's going to work, but if 4 Clovers keep playing their game like this and continue to kind of choke out Team Tinker on the map and just find picks and eventually restrict all map control, then it's going to be great. And Bamba wants to go in here. He's pre-enchanted. I don't know if he wants to go for a solo echo, but it really seemed like he wanted it.
Trent, he's a little bit deep here, and we'll get the overgrowth out. Leech seed onto Quakefer, man, stalling out of it. Now Kill Me coming in, but he gets Yule Sceptered up. Now goes the Death Ward. It's going to be doing a fair bit of damage now, and the Echo Slam as well, catching out Pylite Die. Pylite Die, pops the stick charges, will just be able to live. We'll see Harney here trying to fight up against Undying here. Won't quite have the burst damage to bring him down. So far, 2 heroes down as we see Witch Doctor getting peeped as well. Treant did go down earlier, so all in all, a good fight there for Team Tinkerino, taking 2 heroes down.
They should have got 3. Pylite Die with an incredibly late stun after his Yules. Like, he Yules. I don't know what he thought he was going to get like stunned by or hit by, but it seemed like he was really scared to go back in to try to throw out his stun. But they should have killed Bambo as well, because he just hit the ground and the stun missed. So that could have been a much bigger turn. And small stuff like that does matter when you're this far behind. Like when the enemy team is just constantly pressuring you, you're behind in net worth and overall experience. You need to make sure that you don't make simple mistakes like that, because it costs you. Like not being able to get your item progression to where you want it to be, like not getting your BKB up in time, and then you lose a big fight because you didn't have your magic immunity ready. And here we go, Black now purchasing his BKB. This is a big pickup for him. Now it's just going to be down to, can he find the Requiem? I imagine he probably goes Blink after this, just to be able to put himself inside of the fight, make sure he can get a good ulti. And then we could be seeing Team Tinker start to try to mount their comeback.
Mid lane, we see Troll just starting to...
Seeing 2 Yule stuns in a row. Like, yeah, he force-staffed out of it, which was a great play by Bambo, but you can still land the stun. Like, no matter how well you time your reactionary items, if you stun on point, it will always hit. So, I feel like they're... Zip-zap. I thought he would just go Refresher, but I guess you can just instantly kill somebody if you get Dagon.
Oh, purging the courier here, one more right click. There goes your Dagon.
Yeah, that's a Dagon too, by the way, so that's like 4,000 net worth down the drain. Alright, so that's a big pick. But we also need to make sure that for the next team fight, we don't let the Shaker free initiation.
He's getting used up here. Light Strike Array has going to be the chance for the BKB to get off, and now with the slow not quite catching Lina, BZZ won't look to dive that. But Pylite Die just unfortunately not getting the timings bang on with the Light Strike Array there to avoid that little window in which the Troll has to cast the BKB.
Well, they did bait out a 9-second BKB, I guess.
They did, yeah, so I guess that works as well. Kill Me on the high ground. He's got the Echo Slam. Thinks a little bit further forward. Oh, the courier, I think, saw him. Oh, he's TPing, never mind. I didn't see him. It's nighttime. That could have been the dream for Team Tinker to spot him out there. Certainly could have. Quakefer just looking to clear up more Ancients. Still a fair bit behind the net worth of the Zeus and the Troll on the side of the Radiant. Witch Doctor. He's very close to his Aghanim Scepter as well. Very, very close game so far. Both teams, they're on the tipping point. If the Die lose one more team fight, they're going to be a fair bit behind the side of the Radiant. Smoking up now, Black. And, of course, number 2 on the Undying. Heading into the pit. They want to go for it. It's going to be a risky one. Witch Doctor on the high ground. It's coming out. Who's going to jump first? Are they going to jump into this? Dire? Radiant don't have any vision of them. The Dire keeping themselves inconspicuous and hidden towards their side of the map. And Troll's just going to continue to farm, and on top of the blink, 2.7k gold on this Troll Warlord. So, I mean, Troll is looking very, very scary.
Yeah, he cannot be outman fought right now with his item progression. He does too much damage, and having the BKB as well on top of that. Are they really going for this? This is so unbelievably risky.
Black and Quakefa, they're giving it a shot. In comes the troll with the blink. Trin gets sent up into the air. BKB popped by Black. They're going to use the Echo Slam to blow up the sniper. Sniper's down. Requiem of Souls just come out, only catching the Witch Doctor. BKB still on the troll, chasing this one down. Deathward will come down, and it's doing a lot of damage with the Overgrowth as well. There goes your Shadow Demon. Now onto the Undying. Kilme going forward. They might lose the Treant. Treant will go down. They did lose the troll as well. Earthshake actually going down. Black turning this around with a triple kill, but no, here comes Harney with the burst damage. He's brought down Black. They will lose the Earthshaker, and yeah, Zeus does go down as well. So people getting very low in that fight, but it ends up a 4-for-3 trade, favoring the side of Team Tinkerino after what looked like a bit of a dodgy Roshan attempt.
I mean, I need to watch that replay because there was so much going on in that engagement. But looking from the fight recap, I mean, Team Tinker, they come out miles ahead. In fact, 4 Clovers don't even get gold from that. Like, they actually get 18, you know, not great. So 3,000 gold and 5,000 experience going the way of Team Tinker, and pretty much everything was used. It's not like any heroes on 4 Clovers died without using anything. I think it's more that the Requiem hit here.
What went wrong here?
Like, it starts off, like, BZ goes on a Black. Black is forced to immediately BKB, and Requiem's up on the high ground. They kill Quakefa instantly. I'm like, okay, this fight's over, right? But the Coconut comes up to high ground, and there's just, like, no damage coming out right now from the side of 4 Clovers, and they get an Overgrowth, and they trade the Shadow Demon for a Troll, which is a terrible trade right now. And Black's just going ham with right clicks here, and the Tombstone was left completely alone on the high ground, which is probably in reality what ended up winning them the fight was a Tombstone placement, because Boba puts it on the high ground, and not a single person notices it, and it just hits everyone for the entire duration. So at the end of it, there was like 5 or 6 zombies on everyone of 4 Clover, and I think that that is more than enough to be able to pull the fight out. So Team Tinker, they come out of that fight a little bit better.
Quakefa, he's only about 500 gold short of picking up the BKB now on himself. Shadowblade has been picked up by the Earthshaker, so he's going to have that other route of initiation and way to close the gap between himself and the sniper in these fights. We see Zeus, I believe he's got this Invis rune on himself at the moment. There are sentries all across the map though on the dire side. The sentry here, there's no observer vision though. So he could still look to try and make a jump on someone as he wraps himself around. And they might find, yeah, here at the moment, Black. Can they burst down Black? There's your Fisher, blink forward, and well, I should have doubted it with the Dagon. That's a dead Shadow Fiend.
That's a Dagon 4. That's some zapping power, you know?
Certainly, I mean, yeah, certainly. If Black can't get the BKB off, he's in a lot of trouble in these fights. Shadow Demon with the Sentry will be able to find the Treant, and with the backup of Quakefa and Paladai from the low ground, they'll be able to find Go Black here, so they do get the Treant down in return. Going for Roshan now, the paralyzing cast bounces, and with the Death Ward, they're able to kill Undying. Undying goes down, Troll Warlord will find the Aegis, getting the fish now to the Shadow Demon and the Sniper. Light Strike Array onto the Earthshaker, Assassinate as well, holding him back, trying to stop him from blinking forward. The 2 heroes down on the side of Team Areno, Tinkerino and Troll with this Aegis now under his belt.
I think it's looking a little bit bleak still for Team Tinker, trying to get a foothold in this game, but it's just so difficult. Like 4 Clover are not giving them any room to really like breathe at all. Like getting the Aegis on their Troll with the BKB as well. It is 7 seconds now, so when BZZ is down to 5, it's going to be a bit easier to control him. If you can get a good purge off.
Lucky times there for Team Tinker. 28 to 18, 35 minutes. And if we have a look at the net worth now, after all that little bit of a caboodle, it's 14k on his own here in the trees. Got the blink, he's got the Shadow Blade, he's got the Echo Slam. Also coming up the lane, he has got the Witch Doctor. Maybe he could look to try and have a go on it here. Nah, he's going to blink himself out and head away from the bottom lane. Doesn't want to look for a fight at this moment in time. Troll heading into the jungle. We do have Lina up here. Pilot die. The Yule Scepter and TP should be safe though, unless the Troll wanted to pop the BKB and come in. Pilot die hiding in the tree line anyway for the time being. And Zeus, I believe that's going to bring him up to the level 5 Dagon as the final recipe comes out. So, I mean, the Dagon on Harney, especially in terms of leveling it up to level 5, a lot of people don't agree with it in terms of efficiency. Pilot die.
Oh, wow.
No bashes for you, sir. Troll.
Aghanim's complete, all right. Pilot die almost being level 16. That's actually pretty scary for 4 Clover. Like a 950 damage Laguna Blade trying to go high ground. Like, you can blow somebody up if they overcommit and they mess up. Like, that's almost half of Troll's health, Aegis or not. So I think that Team Tinker, 1 or 2 base defenses, and I think they're in this. Okay, there's going to be the Shadow Blade up here on the Earthshaker, but he's getting pinged out by the Sentry Wars. The Wars has passed. But I mean, yeah, just in terms of Harney's build, was Dagon 5 the best option, Andy? I think Refresher would have been ideal for this game, because look at Pylai Die and Shadow Demon's health. Like, you can almost kill them with just Refresher ultis, you know? And even if you use it into BKBs and the Sniper and the Shadow Fiend, the overall damage dealt, I think, is higher with the Refresher on a Zeus than having a Dagon 5. But if all you care about is just getting one stun into guaranteeing a kill like that, you know, you just blast somebody for their entire health bar instantly, then that's good enough.
Push in the middle lane, therefore gets dropped down. Shadow Demon, he will be able to defensively disrupt himself. He goes down as well. And now looking for even more Laguna Blade here onto the Witch Doctor with Voodoo Restoration. It might just be enough. Pylai Die gets the Light Strike Array. Blink forward from BZZ. They will be able to blow up Pylai Die there with a Dagon from Zeus. Now Undying, he's on the run. He has got the Pipe of Insight up, protecting him from the Arc Lightning. But this Ace Rune on the Zeus is doing work in this fight. Chasing down the Undying, and with the final Arc Lightning and the final punch there from the Troll. 4 heroes to fall on the side of Team Marino, Tinkerino, and 4 Clovers. Only losing the Witch Doctor, Andy.
I don't know why they decided to stay when they know that Zeus has bots and their Sniper just died bottom. It makes like no logical sense to defend a tier 2, because it's so much harder to actually defend a tier 2 than it is to do what Quake is doing right now, which is just shoot BZZ while he's attacking the tower.
Oh, Blink forward here, and with the Earthshaker as well, blowing up Black here on the Shadow Fiend, and he might stick around for more Zeus. There's going to be the BKB on Quake that's going to stem the aggression now. Blink forward from BZZ, going ham on the Sniper. They need to keep Quake alive. This is a buyback from the Sniper. They do get the ultimate here from the Shadow Demon. They've got the Shadow Blade here from the Earthshaker, trying to look the initiation. Quake, what are you doing, son? That's a level 5 Dagon, and that's a Dagon to the face. Double kill for the Zeus, and now they're going to go on the Shadow Demon as well. Slap there with the Totem. The entire team at the moment down on the side of Team Marino, Tinkerino. No buybacks available on the Sniper and Shadow Fiend cores. Racks are going to be exposed. Mid racks will go down. Is there a fortification available? They've just used it, I believe, if we have a look at the dire side. There is a fortification, but I mean, mid racks are going down. It is down. Jesus, yeah. Oh, look at the play from Pylai Die. But Blink forward the ball from Zeus. He will get used up. Does get a Light Strike Array. Undying comes in, gets fished by the Earthshaker. Pipe of Insight will be popped. Zeus lays down his lives and said, well, this is too much for me. But all in all, again, a lot of very nice play from 4 Clovers.
I honestly just think that Team Tinker shouldn't have tried to defend their tier 2. Like, when Quakefit dies, just run. Because if you have 4 people standing high ground, you lose the tier 2 tower, whatever. You know, it's like 40 minutes into the game. You lose a tier 2, not a big deal. You just wait for high ground. The Aegis is going to be wearing off soon anyway. You defend, your Sniper can buy out. You'll have a full 5-man for that. And there's no guarantee that they're going to be able to like dive the base that aggressively and be able to get out without losing heroes. But if you defend the tier 2, they can do whatever they want. Like, they can just walk all over you because they have such a huge advantage in terms of golden experience. So I don't know why Team Tinker wanted to fight at their tower. Like, that part to me doesn't make any sense.
We go smoke up here from Shadow Demon and Lena with the Soul Catcher Laguna Blade combination. That is going to be a hero deleted. Now with the poison on to, oh, hello, Disruption's going to stop the Thunder God's wrath for the time being. Light Strike Array, Laguna Blade with the Soul Catcher. That is a dead Zeus. Therefore gets popped down the bouncer there, but Pylai Die does manage to cast off the Your Scepter. Going to buy him some time to live. Tried to turn around with the Light Strike Array to counter the cast, and he will be able to get himself out with the Maledict. Is he going to be able to offset the Fountain Healing? Oh, no, he's going to pop. That is going to be a pop there for the Lena going down. And, well, Earthshaker walks up to the high ground, TPs himself out. Quakefire in the jungle. He's going to try and help with the Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon will get the disruption here to cancel the TP here of you_you, and you are dead, son, off the map. 36-23, Team Tinkerino. They're trying their best to fight back against the power of 4 Clovers.
Does he die to just the Maledict? Oh, close. Oh. Okay, almost. Yeah, that was close. But, Zeus is alive. Later.
Oh, it looks so good there for the Shadow Demon.
He tried his best. Well, I don't know. Team Tinker just...
Oh, mid lane. Overgrowth there onto 2. In comes the Fisher and the Troll Wall. The signs welcome that. Black will go down. Soul Rip is not going to know. He's still alive. He's still alive. Only for a little bit. There's the final touch from the Troll Wall with the ranged attack. Double kill here for BZZ. Quakever is all alone. There's nobody there beside him. Fisher, blink forward. Hello, welcome to the club, son. BKB is not going to be enough, and your entry has been dismissed with one final right-click punch. BZZ on a killing spree, 40-23. Team Tinkerino hits the deck. Yeah. It is GG, well played. 4 Clovers showing a lot of promise here in the second game, and we are going to be going to the 3rd match between these 2 teams. And again, performance-wise, first game, Team Marino, Tinkerino looked incredibly strong and unbreakable. This game, for Clovers, I think they've woken up and they've stepped up their game.
I think Team Tinker also were just a mess this game in general. Like the individual plays were not up to what you would expect from a potential tier 1 team, right? Like Pile Die missing Yule stuns, like you can't do that. Like there's just no way you can allow yourself to miss that. But I mean,
Mario Party.
Just a lot of little things went wrong. Like a couple of missed kills for Team Tinker. Their lineup had the potential to come back at pretty much every stage in the game until they started losing racks. That was the point where it's like, all right, now for Clover, they have enough to be able to just snowball and end the game. But even like that tier 2 tower defense, I still would say that if you were sitting there in your base instead of sitting at the tower, you could have just stopped them from pushing and you still would have been completely in the game. But instead they gave up like 3 more hero kills after Quakefa dies, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, now our whole team's dead instead of just a sniper, so now we can't defend, and that was the end of the game. So.
Yeah, I mean, I've got to say for myself, at least looking at the game, Shaker. He was making the plays in that match.
Bambo Shaker is disgustingly good. Like, he plays that hero all the time. I think it's one of his favorite heroes, actually. I'm not sure 100%, but I think I spoke to him about it at TI, and he was like, yeah, I love playing Shaker. And it showed.
Absolutely. Very disruptive and straight in on the face of Sniper every time. It helped to get those very key early kills as well on Black on the Shadow Fiend. And Gel, all around, very nice play there from 4 Clovers and Leprecon, especially in comparison to what we saw in the first game. So, Game 3 is going to be coming up very shortly, and I don't know who's going to take it. I mean, Draskell, any kind of thoughts going into the final game? Do you still feel one side's got the superior edge?
I think Team Tinker had a draft that could have won. And I think if you look at it from a draft perspective, I think Team Tinker have done well in both games.
Okay.
I just think it's, if they can play, if they come to this game to play, they will win. That's what I think.
We'll see as we will get ourselves into the third game fairly shortly. But first to some commercials, and then over to our host and special guest on the panel.